Alright, we are going live with Modern Assault Loam. This time I decided to join a friendly league. It is a little bit cheaper, so we haven't had a whole lot of luck.
Jesus Christ.
This time I decided to join a friendly league. Good lord. Alright, a little bit of technical difficulty there, but we're back. So yeah, this time we joined a friendly league. A little bit cheaper, haven't had a whole lot of luck. I'm not exactly a rich man, so I decided to join a friendly league this time just to be safe. So what we got here is Modern Assault Loam. It's a real fun deck that I've been playing around with a lot. I put it down for a little while because I'd had trouble with burn, and didn't really like where the matchup was. My local meta was pretty much infested by it. But we've had some upgrades since then. We have a couple collective brutalities in here, so it's improved the matchup a lot. Mana base, fairly standard Jund mana base. We do have that Ghost Quarters, we have the Graven Karens, because we're a little bit heavier on lands, so we got additional lands here. With the Ghost Quarters, like the Tron matchup, they're okay against like Patriot Control, but some of you may be more familiar with it as just Guy Control. Graven Karens are great for mana fixing. We've got a lot of red in the deck that we need to fix. We've got some black in the deck to fix when we want to retrace Raven's crimes and whatnot. So that's what Graven Karens are here for. We got otherwise it's fairly typical Jund mana base. You have 6 fetches. I think Jund usually plays like I don't know, 8 or 9 maybe. So we got a pair of Wooded Flails, some Vertic Catacombs, an Orborg to help fix black mana further. To be safe, we got a couple swamps and a forest, so we can play around Blood Moon a little better. And then we got Blackleaf Cliffs, a Blood Crypt, a Stomping Ground, and an Overgrown Tomb that we can fetch out for colored sources, so it helps us fix our mana a little more easy. For spell suite, we got 3 Raven's Crimes. They all have Retrace, and it's if you discard a land, you can also pay its mana cost to cast from your graveyard. Just 1 black, target player discards a card. Naturally, we are a Life from Loam deck, so Life from Loam returns 3 lands from our graveyard to our hand for 1 and a green, and it's returning 3 target lands from our graveyard to our hand. So that gives you a little bit of an engine to kind of get ahead of control decks, make sure they have minimal cards in hand. If they have minimal cards in hand, there's less they can do. So that's pretty awesome. Hey Aaron, what's up? Worm Harvest is sweet. We'll get there though. Another reason we have 4 Faithless Lootings here. Another reason we have Faithless Looting is because with Life for Loam, it's real easy to just Life for Loam back some lands. Out of Faithless Looting, you draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards. You just end up just discarding 2 lands, get 2 fresh cards at the top. Especially when you're dredging a lot, it's a great way to actually get some real draws in your fixing and whatnot. And it's also just a good way to just be like, okay, let's turn a couple lands into a couple of real cards, possibly. Pair of Flame Jabs, again, they have Retrace just like Raven's Crime. So you discard a land and pay its mana cost of 1 red in this case. That's 1 damage target creature or player. I've got 4 bolts here. There's no Fatal Push in the 1-drop slot. Could be correct to run some eventually. At the moment, I haven't particularly been sad that I don't have Fatal Push. Lightning Bolt, the 1 red, 3 damage target creature or player, great removal spell, great way to just get some reach on your opponent. If your opponent's just got the last few life points of damage, just bolt real quick and kill them. It's just a really nice catch-all. I like it a lot better than Fatal Push for that reason. It answers most of the cards we want to answer anyway. Gurmag Anger's a little bit of a problem, like Tassiger, stuff like that. Like Death Shout can be a little bit of a problem. We have enough burn where if they get their life total low enough, like a couple of Lightning Bolts, maybe like a Seismic Assault activation or 2 is usually more than enough, so we're not too worried about that. Again, we talked about the pair of Collective Brutalities. One of our biggest issues for a while was burn. A lot of times we have to fetch shock. We have a lot of different things like that where we're just taking a decent amount of damage and then burn. Eidolon the Great Revel is real good against us because pretty much every spell in our deck is 3 or less, except for the Worm Harvest, which we'll talk about a little more down the line, as Aaron already alluded to. But Collective Brutality, 1 in the black. If you play enough for Modern, you're probably familiar enough with this card, but it's Escalate, discard a card. Has 3 different modes, so the more you escalate, the more modes you get. You can do up to 3, and the first one's target player reveals his or her hand. You choose an instant or sorcery card from it, the player discards that card, and the target creature gets -2/-2 on its turn, and then target opponent loses 2 life, you gain 2 life. So with our deck, like a turn 2 Collective Brutality, we can probably pitch a land and a Life from Loam, in which case we just get all that back anyway, so it's essentially not card disadvantage at all, even if it gets countered. But being able against burn, look at their hand, take like a lightning bolt, something of that nature, and then like kill a Swiss Spear or Goblin Guide by giving it -2/-2, and then draining them for 2 is like really gets you ahead right quick. So it's been a great card so far. I've really enjoyed it. It's great in the control matchups. It's great against burn. So yeah, Collective Brutality has been awesome. I'm actually considering going to a third. Again, that's another thing that I'm just not sure about. Like, the list as I've been playing it has been really satisfying. I play this mostly in paper. This is my first time playing online. Thanks to Card Hoarder, we have access to the cards. There are very few decks I own online, so it really helps. And they've been great. So customer service is awesome, and dealing with them has just been really good. Dark Confidant, 1 in the black. At the beginning of your upkeep, you reveal a top card library. You put that card in your hand, you lose life equals mana cost. Dark Confidant's the way that there's 2 different reasons this card's in here. One is just card advantage in the early game. They have to answer it, which means our Young Pyromancer might not have an answer for our Young Pyromancer, which means that can just get crazy. If they don't answer Dark Confidant, the card advantage just we go nuts, and we end up just being able to outgrind our opponent really easy. Young Pyromancer, that's why we have a lot of the retrace spells. Young Pyromancer alone with like Life Alone, Bolt, things of that nature. Obviously, really good value. You can spam tokens real quick and really easy. But Young Pyromancer, 1 in a red, 2/1. When you cast an instant or sorcery, make a 1/1 red elemental creature token. So if we can jam this, it survives. We start casting Life Alones, start retracing like Raven's Crimes, Flame Jabs, stuff like that. Eventually, this just is an army in the can. We go pretty nuts with it. Life Loam, one of the key cards of the deck. Again, return up to 3 target lands from your graveyard to your hand, and then dredge 3. We don't mind dredging so much because the more lands we get in our graveyard, the more fodder we have to return with Life Loam. So, real important part of the engine. Dark Confidence in here also is like a post board if our opponent's going to play like Rest in Peace, Leyline, Surgical. Even if our Life Loams aren't really active, Dark Confidant will keep us ahead and allow us to really maintain our engine without needing access to Life Loam. Not beautiful, but a lot of stack on the mic. Thanks for the heads up. I'm gonna check that out right now. I actually just upped the boost on it, so that's probably why. I've been noticing a lot of problems with the levels, so I'm trying to figure that out. Let me know how that is. I just fixed that, or hopefully fix that. Looks like it's feeding in a little bit less, but it's definitely picking up some background noise. So after Life Loam, we got the 2 Terminates, 2 Abrupt Ks. Just Terminate's a really good removal spell for pretty much any creature, Gurmankin or what have you. Tarmogoyf, whatever. Abrupt K answers pretty much most of the problem prints we might have to face. Can answer but background noise is there faintly. If it has a gain setting, turn that down. Yeah, this is just my headphone mic. I might have to just we might have to get a second professional mic. Right now the one that we have is up and with Kate's streaming equipment, so might just have to get a second mic. Thanks for the heads up, guys. I'll make sure we get on top of that, though. So Abrupt K can't be countered by spells or abilities. Destroy target non-land permanent, convert my cost 3 or less. Great way to answer to stuff like Rest in Peace. That's a hate for sideboard. It's a great answer like Death Shadow, Tarmogoyf, whatever it may be, whatever cheap creatures that are played in the format. You put the VODs on YouTube. I can't stick around long. So my videos will be saved in Twitch, and then I have been recording them, so they should be uploaded to YouTube. I believe one of our main guys, Dave, is supposed to put the ones up on YouTube. I'm not sure what the status is. I haven't seen any of the previous videos up there. I have yet to download the POX and upload it, but actually on my personal channel on YouTube, Aaron Gazaniga is actually the channel name. I know I got lucky with such a common last name. First and last name. I can't believe I got like the Twitter, the Twitch, the YouTube, the MTGO account. It's amazing. Yeah, if you just go to Aaron Gazaniga on any one of those social media websites, you can find me easily, and I'll be uploading videos myself. They'll be raw. They won't be edited at all. I'm gonna try to download some editing software to be able to mess around with it personally. So yeah, we got the Abrupt K. It's pretty much pretty general, answer all. Won't answer like a Celestial Colony or something like that, but we can usually like a couple of Seismic Assault activations take care of that. Seismic Assault, 3 red. One of the reasons we're running Graven Karens. It's discard a land. It deals 2 damage to target creature or player. Having a Seismic Assault in play, and then casting a Life for Loam essentially equates to 2 damage, 2 mana for 6 damage. So it's great. The Seismic Assault's a great way to just put damage to the face. It's a great way to just instant speed answer most any creature. And it's a big part of the engine of the deck. And then Worm Harvest, which is our glorious beauty. I have flipped this to Dark Confidant in case anyone's wondering that. I will say that right now. I flipped it to Dark Confidant before. It hurts real bad. Doesn't feel great. Yeah. So Worm Harvest 2 and 3 of the Gogari Splice mana. Create a 1/1 black and green worm creature token for each land in your graveyard, and that has retrace. So naturally, this works on how many lands are in your graveyard, and it has retrace. So you discard a land in addition to play its mana cost. Every time you retrace this card, that's at least one more worm that you're making because you're discarding a land that goes to your graveyard. But it's a great clock. So like if you can't get a Seismic Assault stick on board, and you're concerned with closing out a game, Worm Harvest can easily be just dredged past with Life for Loam, and then you can easily retrace it by returning lands to your hand with Life for Loam, and then casting Worm Harvest from your graveyard. So it's a great recurable way to put threats on the table. And there are some decks like Death Shadow Aggro generally can't beat a Worm Harvest once you start resolving them. Just all the 1/1 black and green worm tokens are enough to just chump it for days. Sideboard, you will notice, as I've said already, Burn's kind of a tough matchup for us. So we got these 4 Life Goes On. I've actually had the opportunity to cast this after Collective Brutality, killing a Monastery Swiftspear against Burn. So for 3 men, I was able to discard like a land, Life for Loam. I took a Lightning Bolt, killed a Monastery Swiftspear, and then drained for 2, and then cast Life Goes On. Life Goes On is green instant. You gain 4 life. If a creature died this turn, you gain 8 life instead. So it was 1 turn, I gained 10 life. They took 2, they lost a creature and lost a bolt. So it's been really good for the Burn matchup, which is definitely a struggle for us. I got 3 Dragon's Claw. Not great if you're just using it for your opponent casting red spells, but 2-mana artifact. Whenever a player casts a red spell, you may gain a life, and because it's either player, we can use this alongside our retracing of Flame Jab, stuff like that, so we can actually do a real good job of padding our life total to keep ahead of Burn, and be able to buy us enough time to just get some type of real efficient clock going. 3rd Abrupt Decay, Rest in Peace is a problem. Grafdigger's Cage not so much, but Grafdigger's Cage can be a problem. But Abrupt Decay, again, just a really solid answer all. Then we get Pair of Ancient Grudge. We get 2 Ancient Grudge, so again, we're not too worried about a Grafdigger's Cage because a lot of it's just dredge back Life for Loam, return lands, use them for Seismic Assault. But Ancient Grudge is good to have an additional hate card against decks like Affinity. If you can grudge something on one side and then flash it back for a green on the other side, you can get real efficient with this and killing Affinity's threats. Generally, even just hitting Cranial Plating and leaving an Etched Champion in play isn't really a big deal. So the last 2 cards in our sideboard are 2 Kolaghan's Command and 3 Fulminator Mages. These cards generally come in together because obviously Kolaghan's Command can return a creature from our graveyard to our hand, can buy back a Young Pyromancer, can buy back a Fulminator Mage. We can make them discard a card, we can shatter an artifact, we can 2 damage target creature or player. This card's really good against Infect, which is one of the matchups I usually bring it in. And then it's great against Tron if you can start rebuying Fulminator Mages. Naturally with 3 Ghost Core and Life Loam, Tron is not a bad matchup anyway. But it gives us a little bit of hedge because Tron sometimes just go turn 3, here's Tron, and answer whatever thing I did, which can be rough to beat. Fulminator Mage, 1 and 2 Rakdos Splice. Sacrifice Fulminator Mage, destroy target non-basic land. It's also just a 2/2. If we don't need it for its destroy effect, we can use it as a slower clock. So it looks like Ricky's got to get out of here shortly, so we're going to get right into League since we've just... this is actually the fastest I've gone through a deck list. I think I've just been taking too much time on that, so I wanted to make sure we didn't do that continuously. So we're going to get into this league, and hopefully things go pretty well. Thanks for everyone that stopped by so far. I'm glad to see you all here. If anyone has any questions about the deck, anyone has any requests for things they'd like to see streamed, I'm not all about just streaming Tier 2 and Brews. I'd happily stream some more, established builds and whatnot. So if there's anything anyone wants to see, please feel free to request it. You can follow me on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitch. I like to keep Facebook my own for outside of Magic. So Facebook, please don't try to find me on. If we get to know each other a little better, it's a different story. But for right now, I'm trying to keep Facebook more separate from Magic, so it's my own thing. We found our league match, so we're gonna get in there right now. Looks like our opponent won the die roll, and they chose to play first, which doesn't surprise me at all. We've got 1 land. It's not great. We do run a lot of lands, so we could potentially keep this. We do have Life Loam. We have double Collective Brutality and Lightning Bolt. I'm tempted to play a little dangerously and keep, so I'm going to try that. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, anyone that wants the deck list, just what that person just typed is perfect. If I had to guess on Temple of Malice, I would guess Black Red Rack. But I'm not sure if there's another deck that runs that. I know like one deck that runs Scrylands is Ad Nauseam. I can't picture it's Ad Nauseam because they don't generally run the black-red one from my understanding, or what I recall. So let's see what happens here. We're going to hope to find a land soon. I'm just going to pass because we don't particularly need to just Ravenscry them here. And we want to increase our chance of drawing land, so we don't want to take land out of our deck right off the bat. So Night's Whisper, I don't know exactly what that means. Black-red deck on Night's Whisper and Temple of Mighty. It could be... There's a potential this is Goryo's Vengeance. Yeah, that's not great. So yeah, we definitely probably don't want to cast this Ravenscry. But I don't know exactly what else we can do. I've found a lot of games where I just cast Ravenscry, I end up just dying. So we're actually just going to pass turn. We're going to discard one of these Ravenscrimes. I don't think 2 is really necessary. And again, I'm not apt to cast a Ravenscry against a potential deck that can just Goryo's Vengeance, bring back a Crystal Brand, and all they might need is just the discard. They're Night's Whispering with 7 cards in hand, so there's a chance that they are trying to get up their hand size to discard. So hopefully that's not the case. I can't picture Goryo's Vengeance for a Night's Whisper. Goryo's for sure, yeah. I don't know if they run Night's Whisper or not. I don't know if they can really afford it because they're trying to pay 7 life so much. But since we're only seeing black-red, I'm bound to believe that that is the case. And Faithless Looting definitely seems like a key that that is the case as well. So we'll see if they discard here. They have to finish looking at their hand. Yeah. So Temple of Malice, Bloodstained Mire. So they have the opposite problem of us. We have barely... Well, there's a land. Okay. Given what we have in hand, I'm probably just going to play Dark Confidant here. Next turn, we can still play Life from Loam, hit our land drop. Dark Confidant will hopefully just draw us into more relevant things. Next turn, we're definitely going to be casting this Collective Brutality because we want to pick their hand, see what they have. We'll likely discard a Worm Harvest and either a Ravenscrime or Life from Loam. Probably going to be Ravenscrime, though. Or probably going to be Life from Loam, depending on what they have in hand. Nourishing Shoal, so yeah, they're definitely Goryo's Vengeance. Alright, so the Nourishing Shoal just to through the breach. I don't know what they're going to through the breach, but chances are we could just be dead here. Yeah, Worldspine Worm we just can't beat, so we're just going to concede here. Yeah. So that's probably not ideal for a matchup. So Abrupt Caves are pretty bad here. Kolaghan's Command could be useful. It's not going to be great, but we have to try something. Fulminator Mages, I'm bound to take because they're probably... We can probably restrict them a little bit on mana. And because Abrupt Caves are bad, we just want to get something else in the deck. What else is bad here? I'm not a fan of Ravenscrime, so those probably just come out completely. Let's see here. Yes, I think this is probably what we go with. Again, this isn't ideal. We could use probably some number of surgical extractions and whatnot. We're going to try this out. I actually haven't had this matchup in a very long time. I'm glad that I was able to figure out that turn 1 Ravenscrime was not the way to fight that deck. So we're pretty close here. I would love to see like a mulligan. I just looked at this. I'd love to see a Life from Loam in here, but we're going to try this out. We can turn 1 Faithless Looting, figure out what we draw into. We're going to hide the fact we're on Seismic Assault, so we're definitely not... We're going to try to not discard that. Alright, so we'll start with this Black Leaf Cliffs. We'll cast our own Faithless Looting. So yeah, we got those two, so I think we can discard... I kind of want to discard the Seismic Assault, but I don't know if I have some type of answer to it, so we're going to go Worm Harvest, Seismic Assault, as much as I don't want to give that away yet. Alright, just going to pass there. Let's get this out of here. Temple of Malice. Yeah, I didn't realize that the Goryo's Vengeance deck ran Temple of Malice. That's a new one to me. I guess it makes sense though. Like when you're not in blue, you have to have cards that will dig you and find you what you need. Yeah, we don't have any responses, so let's go to our turn. All right, Dark Confidant again. Yeah, I'm just gonna play this land. Fetch. We're going to play this Dark Confidant now. I'm just going to get a Stomping Ground untapped. I feel like if we're going to die against this deck, it's just going to be we're dead. I don't know if the 2 life is particularly going to matter, so I'm not inclined to like be careful with my life total. Maybe a mistake if they could just get us here, but this is the all-in combo versions. They have all the pieces. Yeah. I mean, honestly, it may even just be correct to it might just be correct to just try and get them, but well, I kind of want to resolve the Seismic Assault now, but I think we're best to just play Raging Ravine, and try and look like Jund for a bit. Like the Worm Harvest, I think gives it away, and Faithless Looting gives us away that we're not Jund. Oh yeah, we have discarded Seismic Assault. I'm clearly not paying that very close attention. I probably should be paying a little close. Thanks for following me on Twitch, Ricky. Appreciate that. Alright, let's see what we got here. What are we revealing? Revealed a Blood Crypt, got another Dark Confidant. I like to live dangerously. I don't know if I can cast this other Dark Confidant, though. Let's see, they're 18 life. I want to resolve a Seismic Assault now, because we can 8 them. So if they just get like a... If they do, for whatever reason, get like a Grusselbrand in play, and they don't have... like Nourishing Shoal with the Worm, we might just be able to get them if they try to draw some cards. So I'm going to play the Seismic Assault and just pass. Like, naturally playing this Blood Crypt and representing it represents 1 extra damage. I don't know if that 1 extra damage is going to be relevant. Because they draw 7, they go to 9. Oh, I guess that 1 extra damage is relevant. So yeah, we're going to do that. So if they put in a Grusselbrand, they draw 7, pay 7, we can just kill them with these 3 and a bolt. And if they don't just get us here, we're probably just going to bolt them at a turn, just to try and be as efficient as possible. Yeah, here comes a bolt for your face, buddy. Okay, they have 8 cards in hand. I'm assuming they're just going to go end step, discard Grusselbrand. That might just be the game plan they're on. If that is the game plan they're on, we might just be able to get them. Life from Loam here would pretty much do it. No Life from Loam, though. So we think we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13. We have exactly 13 damage of what we got so far. So I'm just going to kill him right here. They have Nourishing Shoal naturally, they're not just dead, but let's see what happens. Choose the target creature or player. Alright, we're going to find out if they have Nourishing Shoal and Worm here. Okay, nope, they didn't, so go on post board. Yeah, I honestly don't know what exactly they're trying to do here. Right now we're basically just like a black-red aggro deck. I think that's correct. Like the closest thing I think I would change is maybe some Dragon's Claws, but that just feels bad to me, so I can't do that. Alright, let's see what we got here. They're playing first again. We have like a turn 2 Brutality, and then we can go Young Pyromancer. If we draw like another land and like spell, we can go Young Pyromancer and start making tokens. I think it's aggressive enough where we should try it. If we just get got, like we just get got. There's not much we can do. Like if they just turn to us, like we're just screwed. So we're not going to try and worry about that too much. But I think the turn 2 Collective Brutality should be good enough. If they don't just have it. All right, so they got the Bobrigmos in their graveyard. That's not ideal for us to see, but Bobrigmos alone might not be enough to kill us, so Collective Brutality, if we're able to escalate, which we are, we can definitely discard the Seismic Assault. Does give us the ability to like peek at their hand, take something, and then like drain them for 2, get a little bit of life back. I'm tempted to play the Young Pyromancer first, but I think we need to be as disruptive as possible. It is possible for the longer games, it's better to have it's possible for like the longer games to actually just have the what's it called? The card. That card with the face. It's possible to have Raven's Crime because like all in one turn we can potentially just dump their hand. So yeah, I definitely think we have to play Brutality here. I don't think we have the option, so we have to filter this land. Did I? Okay, there we go. So I think 2 modes is all we want. So cast, we have to target them, and then, so Terminate's going to be decent here. I'm going to discard the extra Seismic Assault. They obviously know that we're in Assault deck, so we're not trying to hide anything at this point. Even though we are the type, I am the type that would try and hide something they've already seen. So they have Blood Moon. Blood Moon could be problematic if they can cast it, so that Desperate Ritual is very tempting. I can't just let them Goro's Vengeance me, so I actually think I just have to get rid of that. As far as Blood Moon goes, which they can cast next turn, so I'm not sure what exactly they did there. As far as Blood Moon goes, though, hopefully we can find a way to fetch a forest, otherwise we are in trouble. We can't take Blood Moon anyway, so. Alright, that's about all we got for us right now. Just going to pass the turn. Alright, Desperate Ritual. They're on their turn, so we're definitely getting Blood Moon here. They have their Black Mana Source already through that, so that's obviously not going to hurt them that much. That does hurt us a lot. Luckily, we're just going Young Pyromancer into, like... Alright, this should enter on... Okay, good. So recently I found that Verdant Catacomb, or Vesuva, was not affected by Blood Moon. But looks like that got fixed because I was like, Raging Ravine entered untapped, which is actually better for us, because we drew the tap land, and now we can actually play our Companion Pyromancer and Faithless Looting because of that. So we got the basic Swamp. We definitely need to keep that. We want the Dark Confidant because we need to draw out of this. The Terminate's good, so we're going to get rid of Seismic Assault and Verdant Catacombs. I don't want to get rid of Seismic Assault, but at the moment we're not on the way from the Loam plan, so we don't worry about that too much. For their hand, we know about the Nourishing Shoal and the Bobarigmos. They're now casting Faithless Looting, and they have one card we don't know about, so we're going to figure out what they're discarding here. They kind of need to draw into like land Goryo's Vengeance and try and get some damage through, because we are slowly going to take over the board, and once we get this Terminate up again, we are going to have them pretty well. Alright, so they discarded Faithless Looting Bobarigmos. There's a land. And now their hand is just Nourishing Shoal Bobarigmos, or Nourishing Shoal and another card. I'm not sure what the other card might be that they would have kept. We can just dismiss all this because we know that that's there. We're going to play the Swamp. I'm going to Flame Jab them once, just to get another token. I want to tap out for their Confidant, but I got to hold up Terminate because I can't let their Bobarigmos hit us. So we're going to have to hold that up. We're just going to go combat. Get in 3. If they try to reanimate a creature, we're going to eat it with our Terminate. Get another token. And at this point, we're just on the aggro control plan. This is a matchup where we're definitely more on the control plan than the aggressive plan, because they are the combo deck. I'm a Black Man 69. Thank you for following me. It's quite the entertaining nickname, I must say. Alright, so this is end of turn. They're getting that back. So this is just going to die during our end step. They will not get an attack in with it, which means we'll save ourselves at least 7. They won't be able to go dig out lands. And it looks like they didn't have land to hit our Pyromancer with. I thought that would go... Oh yeah, it has to go to the beginning of the next end step. Alright, so they had another Goro's Vengeance, so they just kind of had it. That's good for them. That's Trample. We're not going to bother blocking, I don't think. So it's 3 cards regardless. They find land, chances are at least one of them is going at my Young Pyromancer to keep it from going a little bit nuts. But yeah, we're going to take 7 here because blocking 2, it's not that relevant. We know their hand is actually just Nourishing Shoal at the moment. I'd like to see what they reveal. Gristlebrand, Through the Breach, Bloodstained Mire. So they got a Bloodstained Mire. They're probably just going to shoot my Young Pyromancer with it before this gets exiled. Yeah, so Young Pyromancer is going away. That makes sense. Good for them. Alright, so this is getting exiled. Does the other one get exiled too? No, that was the same one. Saw the 2 triggers there. I wasn't sure if that was like the same thing. So we're going to have to play a Dark Confidant here. We need to start drawing cards. We know they have the Nourishing Shoal in hand, so we're not just dead here. But if we don't close out this game quickly, we're very dead. So we need to start drawing cards with Dark Confidant, getting ahead. I'm hoping to draw just like kind of like a handful of bolts and whatnot. Even like drawing lands here isn't terrible because it just turns into like, you know, like Flame Jab, stuff like that. Oh, they had the Faithless Looting, that's right. So they were able to do a redraw. So they've discarded a Gristlebrand and Nourishing Shoal. So now we don't know about the Nourishing Shoal in their hand. Yeah. Alright, so we got Forest, so all of our green cards are online now. I'm going to play the Forest just for that reason. I'm going to play a second Dark Confidant. There's really no combination of cards we can flip that will just kill us, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm going to attack him here with everything, and then retrace a Flame Jab to him, and just try and get some more damage through. The lower they are, like, the less chance that they have of, like, drawing cards with Gristlebrand, which can kill us. That was that. Oh, that's Faithless Looting, that's why. Faithless Looting kind of tempting, but I don't think that's what we want to do here. So they're at 5. They can't pay 7 with Gristlebrand, so that's good. Hopefully we draw a couple like bolts next turn, so if they have like Gora's Vengeance, they can Gristlebrand to like block something. We could just kill them without having to worry about that. So there's one Lightning Bolt. Let's see what we flip here. Graven Cairns, Verdant Catacombs. Yeah, so we can actually just bolt and... we can't. Yeah, we can bolt double. We can just bolt and double double Flame Jab them. So now there are 2 cards in there have to be Green Creature and Nourishing Shoal. We've seen them get rid of 2 Nourishing Shoals and 2 Green Creatures. Yeah, they had the World Spy Worm, so now they have 0 cards in hand. They're back up to 16. So that's unfortunate, but they're back to 0 cards. So they're absolutely off the top of their deck. So we're just gonna attack here. I'm gonna flashback a Faithless Looting, see what we draw. Hoping we draw something good. I would love to find a life from them here. I'm going to hold up the Swamp in case we draw like a Terminate off Faithless Looting, so we can play a land and hold Terminate up. Nope, no Terminate. We got our second Swamp, which is cute, but I don't think this is really relevant, so we're going to just discard these 2 lands. We'll keep these 2 in hand so we can retrace our Flame Jab a couple times. I think we've just basically won this, though. I'm pretty confident that we're not going to lose now. That drawing the Swamp when we did draw the Swamp was definitely very key. Alright, so they're Faithless Looting, so they need... I don't know if they can draw here. They have 1 mana up, and they're only going to have 1 card in hand afterwards, so they're not like they're going to have Simian Spirit Guide, Gora's Vengeance. I think they're just dead here. We definitely, again, there's no combination of cards in our deck right now that we can flip to Dark Confidant to lose. So we're actually just fine. So yeah, we just drew another Lightning Bolt and a Faithless Looting, so they're just dead. I mean, they're just dead on our combat anyway. Alright, so first match in Modern Assault Loam, we got a win. That was definitely one of our tougher matchups. Like I said, game 1, when I saw the Temple of Malice and kind of assumed it might have been in that deck, even though I wasn't familiar with the idea of that deck running that card. I had the Ravenscrime I could have cast rather than just discarding it. I didn't cast Ravenscrime for the fact that I've actually had on the play Ravenscrime target you. My opponent goes Blackleaf Cliffs, Exile Spirit Guide, Gora's Vengeance, getting my Gristlebrand I discarded to that, and then just kills me. That was like Fear of the Horde and whatnot they got me with. So, I'm glad that I was able to identify the deck quickly. Obviously, we lost game 1, so it wasn't really that relevant. But, glad we were able to identify the deck, and we're able to play around it. Makes me feel a little more confident, since my play the last few times I've streamed hasn't been really ideal. Some of the plays have been a little close, and variance has been kind of tough, but... You know, it's definitely, that was a good test, and it felt good to not just die for no reason. Alright, looking for our round 2 opponent. I can see that the friendly leagues have more active players, clearly. 927 players compared to like the 400 or 600 players I've seen the last couple times I've been in the leagues. So who we got in here? Cube Papayas is in here. I'm Blackman69. John B. The Evil Mailman. Thanks for stopping by again. I've been noticing a lot of my streams. I appreciate it. Coke Rage and Gross Baiju. Not sure what that is, but yeah. $4 is real. It was 8 event ticks to enter this one. I don't know if maybe I screwed something up somehow. I entered it twice, but yeah, it was 8 event ticks, which is like $8, but not bad. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate the compliment, Mailman. I'm not sure if I've interacted you outside of Twitch, have I? If I have and I don't remember it, I apologize. Alright, this hand's pretty weak. We have like the double Dark Confidant. If we draw like a red source and they're a creature deck, like we're pretty much just gonna kill them. It's a little sketchy. super tempted to keep it because I'm greedy, but I'm gonna actually mulligan this hand as much as I wanted to try it. Double seismic assault is not great. We've had a lot of double seismic assault, which has been a little awkward. The shuffle on MTGO is brilliant. All right, collective brutality, a couple life from loams, 2 lands. We're gonna keep this. Young Pyromancer on top that we're gonna draw. Yeah, we're absolutely gonna keep that. Yeah, money do work. That's true. That first hand was sick. Like, I really wanted to keep it. Like, if we can just get a Dark Confidant on board, they don't do anything about it, we probably just end up taking over the game with that hand. This hand I'm actually super excited for, though. Turn 2 Collective Brutality, discarding 2 life loams. I'm perfectly fine with that. Looks like we're against Storm, so this hand might not be fast enough or good enough. If they go Electromancer on their turn 2, Collective Brutality is going to be insane, just killing their Electromancer, drain them for 2, and take a card from their hand. If they go Baral, it's a little sketchier, just because obviously Collective Brutality won't kill a Baral, being a 1/3 and all. So we're going to start with Verdant Catacombs. We're going to try and save as much life as possible, so we're going to do the good old fetch on my opponent's end step for a tap shock. And then my turn I can just jam a Black Cleave Cliffs, Collective Brutality. I'll probably discard both life from loams, but it's tempting to keep one in hand because now we have the Young Pyromancer. But I think, let's see what we got here. It's going to be a Drain and Duress at this point. So they don't have an Electromancer. I don't know if that means we're good, like we're not probably dead, but I'm not sure. We're going to find out right quick. We get an Overgrown Tomb with this because we want to make sure we can cast Life from Loam. We want to make sure we can cast like Black Spells and Young Pyromancers and whatnot. A Blood Crypt is tempting, but I need the green source, so like a Stomping Ground is also tempting. Yeah, you know what? I think I talked myself out of the Overgrown Tomb. We're going to get the Stomping Ground because we have Cliffs for the black mana. No, I don't want to pay 2 life. I'm not going to be doing anything on the instep. Alright, let's see. So we got a Seismic Assault now, so we're looking pretty good. There's a decent chance we just get like hit with a remand here. Discarding Life from Loam, that's not a big deal. If we get hit with a remand, like we're just gonna get the Life from Loam back, so I really don't care. They can draw a card for all I care. It's fine. Like next time we're gonna start loaming. Next turn, I might just have to cast the Collective Brutality again, hope to get him. They might think I'm on Jund holding back the enabling creature. There's a decent chance they might think that. I mean, my enabling creature is Young Pyromancer, which is probably less efficient with the spell suite I have than the spell suite they have, but let's see what they end up doing here. Against Storm, like this is obviously where we want stuff like Raven's Crime. So actually, like, dredging Life from Loam and then, like, possibly finding a Raven's Crime. Like, we have the Seismic Assault already in hand. We have Young Pyromancer in hand. Like, we don't particularly need to... We don't need to draw any real cards anymore. We could just start dredging and just go nuts, so... Well, not now with the Life from Loam. Yeah, they don't think I'm on Jund anymore. That's fair. I love a Life from Loam personally in Jund, but... that's just because I'm just a brutal, miserable, bad person, usually. Big fan of, like, you know, the Tectonic Edges, Ghost Quarter, stuff like that. And nowadays, I want to kind of try out Field of Ruin soon. I'm not as excited about Field of Ruin as I am about Ghost Quarter. I like the fact Field replaces itself. The 2 mana to activate's a little slow against Tron, though, so I prefer the Ghost Quarter for that reason. Alright, so I'm not sure what they can do here. Metamorphose. If this turns into a creature, we could be in trouble. I have a feeling that's going to turn into a creature, though. Maybe not. Okay. So this is all during their turn. I guess past... Oh, empty... Oh. What is that? Storm 6, 12 goblins? Yeah, so actually that's not terrible. Like, our Young Pyromancer can make an army. And our Collective Brutality can answer a goblin, drain for 2, take a card out of their hand. So we might actually be able to beat this and race this without too much issue. I would have loved if my Collective Brutality was able to resolve earlier, but now it's actually better that it didn't resolve, interestingly enough. We are going to be doing replacement effects. So we have to hit our land drops at this point. That obviously doesn't help us hit our land drops, not finding one. We can't just take 12 next turn, so... I think here... Huh. So I think if we get the Verdant Catacombs now, next turn we can... We'll have 3. We can make a 4th mana. We'll play Young Pyromancer if we get into the land. Yeah, we have to draw land really bad. I think I have to do the collective brutality again, though, unfortunately. Castle escalate 3 modes, choose them. One of these creatures, choose them. Discard that, discard that. Main deck MP has a recent development in the deck. Something to plan for. Yeah, definitely something to plan for. I don't have a whole lot of sweeper effects. Alright, so they have a remand, so we can definitely force through all that. They still have 11 goblins, which is still a 2-turn clock. So we're going to have to, like, we have to hit land drops off these life loams. Not hitting land drop there was possibly what might have killed us. Because I think we're just dead here, missing that one land drop, honestly. What do they got? Baral? That's kind of rough. So yeah, this is like definitely, this is a match where like we definitely want like Raven's Crime, Heavy Land, Life Alone. Let's see. So, got a couple lands. We can't just, yeah, we're just dead here. We're going to have to concede. Missing that last land drop basically killed us. We might have been able to hold through if it wasn't for that. Our sideboard doesn't improve this matchup too much. Like, we can use like Dragon's Claws to help gain some life to make it so their Storm is harder. There's not a whole lot in the main board that I don't like here, though. Like, I guess the Terminates are a little slow, but I think they're necessary enough. And, like, Fame Jab can just eat goblins like that. I don't think we change anything here, really. Yeah, I'm bound to just keep it. I'm gonna try it. If we have a little more struggle with, like, Empty the Warrens, but we beat it next game, we might switch out, like, the 3 Dragon's Claws for 2 Terminate and a Lightning, and maybe a Lightning Bolt. Yeah, I'm gonna love to play first. So we can kill their first Dork. We get Life Alone. We have Faithless Looting, so we're gonna keep this. Because Looting's gonna dig us pretty deep. Alright. So Verdant, Fetch. We are gonna shock ourselves, unfortunately. Yeah, main deck empty being in that deck now is a little bit of a pain, but I think we're fine. We're gonna get Stomping Ground because we have the Ore Board to fix our black mana a bit. If we do find Raven's Crime, so we're not too worried about that. Right now, we just kind of want to dig and see what we can get going. Alright, so we get Young Pyro and Life Alone. We're going to discard a Life Alone and a Ghost Quarter. And we're going to pass the turn. Alright. Here we just probably want to draw a step. We want to draw something decent. Alright, in case they board it in, they might have boarded in a random like Blood Moon or whatnot. Right now the main thing we need is at least 8 green mana source. So we're going to go get the green mana source for the forest. And then we're going to play this Young Pyromancer. Next turn we can like Loam. We might be able to like, you know, retrace something if we find a retrace spell. If that's the case, then we're going to have a lot of fun next turn. Yeah, they have Opt. That's cool. Let's see what they do with this Opt here. Puts a card on the bottom and draws, so they didn't find anything good on top. We don't see them play a land drop this turn. There's a chance they were digging. Nope, they found at least one land. Oh, they had at least one land. Hurric Ritual. If they play Blood Moon here, I'm fine with that. No, another Ritual. Are they just going to like empty me again? Is that what's going to happen? Metamorphose. We could just do like a mini Grape Shot here too, just to answer Young Pyro and get us a little bit. I don't think that's going to be what happens, but it could be. Here's a Baral. Still have 4 cards in hand, 2 mana, so we could be in trouble. I'm assuming they drew the Baral off the Metamorphose, otherwise they probably wouldn't have, you know, done it in that order. Here's an empty. Okay, that's fine. It's for Stormcloud 6 again. I mean, this time we have like our little army and a cannon spell here, so I'm just going to auto-yield until end of turn. So we don't need to dredge this Life Alone back, but I want to dredge it back because we find like a retry spell, especially like a Flame Jab or whatnot. Yeah, Flame Jab right there, that's great. we can really start just taking over this game now. So we're going to cast Light for Loam, get back 3 lands. We're going to play Blackleaf Cliffs, Flame Jab, target a Goblin probably. Tempted to kill this Brawl, but I don't think it's that relevant. Like, Brawl's relevant, but he's not that relevant, where I think that, where I think we have to do it. Discard a land right there. Discard Burn Catacombs, okay. Next turn, I'm tempted to fetch for a swamp next turn, in case the dude trying to Blood Moon us. If we find a Raven's Crime, we're definitely going to fetch for a swamp next turn. I don't think we're just straight up dead here. So they have 11, 12 damage on board. We're going to block 2, so we're going to take 10. I can retrade for it, Raven's Crime. Right now I can do it twice. We just want to trade off with Goblins here. Like, blocking the Brawl doesn't save us any extra damage. We can't just block with our Young Pyromancer. So we're going to trade off with a couple of Goblins here. Our Young Pyromancer should be able to take this game back over. Again, ideally we'd want to have like Raven's Crime here. So Flame Jab can answer 2 more. We'll have 2 more tokens to answer 2 more. I don't think we're just dead here. I'm hoping we don't just have to like sacrifice our Young Pyromancer though. So now we found a Raven's Crime, which is decent. We're still on the oh geez, we're actually in trouble here. We don't have a 3rd mana source for that. We're gonna play the Ghost Quarter here. Cast Loam to make a token. And then we're gonna Flame Jab twice, killing 2 more of these goblins off. If we can survive through 1 more attack by them, we're good. If we can't survive through 1 more attack, we're in big trouble. If they have a response, like, we're also in trouble here. Like, if they just have like another remand or whatnot. Okay. So red, Flame Jab, Goblin, discard. Okay. Red, Flame Jab, discard. Alright, so what we got left for goblins here? So we're going to have 7, and then Brawl. So we can block 3 of those. We'll take 4, 5. Go to 1, and then like our... Okay. Then our fetch lands are shut off. Hopefully we won't need fetch lands anymore, and our ore board can make it so we don't particularly need that mana. Our opponent just has like a Bolt or a Grape Shot or something. We're just dead anyway, so there's not much we can do. Their turn 2, Empty Lawrence has been pretty good thus far. It's been unfortunate, but oh well. It does happen, so I'm not too worried. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so we're going to take 5 here, go to 1. They have the Grape Shot, they have the Grape Shot. Like, not much we can do there. Good for them. Like, they have 4 cards, and there's a good chance that they just Grape Shot us here. And if that's the case, that's just a fact of life, I guess. So it's probably they're in cantrip here. Probably. Maybe I don't know what 2 men. Okay, Goblin Extramancer is a little annoying. It's like we can't do any more fetching, so we have to like find our shocklands and stuff. Just gonna stretch that back. Oh, Seismic Assault, that would have been so good right now. We couldn't cast it anyway, so that's irrelevant. Alright, so all we have here are basically fetch lands. Let's see. So I'm going to have to kill the Electromancer, which means play the Swamp. So we have to Abrupt Decay that. Right. Yeah, we have to Abrupt Decay that. We can Flame Jab 2 more tokens, which gives us 4 total blockers. We might have to lose our Young Pyromancer, which I think is actually fine. Means we're not dead, but it also doesn't particularly mean we're going to win. Do I have a Mountain to Ghost Core myself? No, unfortunately not. Mountain's never particularly been a card I've been a giant fan of in this deck. I think it's just me being stubborn, probably. But never particularly been huge on Mountain in this deck. Like, I can Ghost Core myself to get on a Swamp, so I can start Ravens Criming more efficiently, now considering the position we're in. But, yeah. So, like, we have 3 blockers for that 3 creatures. So next turn we can actually just start, like, Ravens Criming them, keep them on very minimal cards, and we don't have to lose our Young Pyromancer, so we may actually just be able to fight through this. Yeah, after this game, I'm kind of thinking the mountain might be necessary. Like, I'm kind of greedy on, like, 3 Graven's Karens to fix my mana heavily, and then, like, the 3 Ghost Quarters for, like, the Tron matchups and stuff like that. So, this deck never ran Pyroclasm on the side. I have a more controlling version of this deck that runs a Anger of the Gods in the main, because it's creatureless control variant of it, so that version might be what you're thinking about, Aaron. Alright. That's 3 creatures blocked. So we don't die here. Okay. So yeah, we're definitely on the Raven's Crime, my opponent plan. Hope they don't just find like a random... They're putting Empty the Warrens back on top of their deck. So that's a little obnoxious. So 1... So Empty the Warrens with Storm count of like 2 still isn't enough. So that's like... Oh, it's 3 Storm... Oh, they have Metamorphose too? Oh, Metamorphose draw into Empty the Warrens. I got it. I'm just confused here. So 8. So we have to answer 8 tokens now. It's going to be more than I think we can answer. Let me think. If I can Flame Jab at least 2. I need another red source at least. Yeah, I think I might be in trouble with that one. We're not going to be dredging Life Loam. Dark Confidant. I mean, he can block, but if he survives, we're definitely in trouble. So we're going to lead off with this. Orborg. Blackleaf Cliffs. So Blackleaf Cliffs we're gonna have to play here, I think. We need the extra red source like real bad. Red, Flame Jab. Yeah, I think we're just dead here though. Right? We can answer 2 tokens, they still have 6, 7 creatures, and we only have 4. Yeah, we're just dead here. That was unfortunate. Yeah, that's the turn 2 Storm for 12 is just a little more than I can handle with that one. That was unfortunate. It happened like both games, I think, or game 1 I think they went turn 3 maybe. Yeah. I probably should have a mainboard mountain for the Ghost Quarter, the mountain just to get the extra source out, but yeah, that was like a real aggressive start by Storm. It's possible I might need a sweeper in the sideboard. It's possible also I should have just brought in the Dragon's Claws. So if I brought in the Dragon's Claws, that might have been good enough. It's like Dragon's Claws with like the Flame Jabs and them casting rituals and stuff, like that might have been enough to just keep my life total like high enough and just keep building so that way I'm not just dead to a bunch of little old dorks, you know. So I might try Dragon's Claw next time I have to sideboard for that matchup. Are you in DC right now, Zach? I wasn't sure if you had gone down or not. If you did go down, how did you do? I know you didn't make top 8, or this didn't seem like it. Yeah, if Optimus 344 is not Zach. I'm sorry, buddy. Whoever you are. Alright. Alright. Going to round 3, records 1-1. Alright, we lost another die roll, which is pretty much my normal variance. I'm not very good at winning die rolls, so it's fine. I'm used to it. We've had a lot of hands with like double Seismic Assault. I'm hoping that doesn't keep happening because that's not particularly where we want to be. Hand's a little slower. It's got like everything we need to like loot and Pyromancer and whatnot. If we're not against some type of combo deck again, we'll be perfectly fine. I'm going to keep it. If we're against combo on the draw, we're going to be too slow anyways, probably. So, I'm not particularly going to stress that one too much. It looks like my opponent was on the play. Okay, so this is Tron. We're going to have to find a... Yeah, my opponent had to mull. We're going to have to find a Ghost Quarter pretty quick. Hopefully Life Alone to keep them off that. Yeah, I didn't go to DC. I assume not. John Orr seemed like he was doing well. I don't know if you have any updates on how he did. Matt Corenda, I know, was like 5-1 or 6-1 or something, so seemed like they were doing really well. So they have 2 different pieces of Tron here. I'm going to Faithless Looting because we might just need to draw like a Ghost Quarter. Of course, didn't find one, but that just happens. I want to discard a Worm Harvest, but I don't want to give away too much information. I mean, the Faithless Looting kind of gives away a lot, so I don't really know if that matters. I'm just going to discard the Abrupt Decay and the Worm Harvest. I'm not too worried. I'm going to play this land for turn. If I wasn't trying to dig for a Ghost Quarter, I would have just played that, made double red, so I could like looting again or whatnot, or just play like a Young Pyromancer. Coranda made top 8. That's awesome. Glad to see that. He's a good guy. Yeah, I can't blame you for not spending any more than you have to. I had like offer from a few people to go this weekend, but I just didn't because again, like you said, Kate and I aren't really made of money either, so we couldn't just do that. So we're gonna play the Orborg here. We're gonna filter for. I mean, the double red thing doesn't really matter. I don't think. Yeah, we're not casting a black spell here, so we're gonna use the black to make double red. Gonna play just Young Pyromancer here, and we're gonna Faithless Looting again. I want to try and dig something a little bit relevant, start going a little bit wide, so if they have something big, we can hopefully not just die to it. So we found another Faithless Looting, Inverting Catacombs. We're going to discard Raven's Crime and Flame Jab. Those cards aren't relevant in our hand, really. We can't cast anything else, so we're just going to pass the turn there. So we're hoping not to see another piece of power that Urza that just ends up going off to the side, because they always pair up the different types of lands. So far, so good. Really would love to find a Life Loam. Really would love to find a Gross Quarter. Alright, here we're just going to make double red. If I have to, I'm going to loot, and if I have to, I'm going to retrace some Flame Jabs just to go wide with the Young Pyromancer. We're probably going to... Ooh, Ghost Quarter. Yeah, we're going to play the Ghost Quarter, probably. I was hoping to play something else, but yeah, Ghost Quarter I think is just too good here. I was thinking about playing the Dark Confidant, but that's obviously not going to happen. So we're going to stack the Ghost Quarter, hit the tower. So we're keeping them, now they're like 2 pieces of Tron away rather than just 1. Caleb made 18th. That's awesome. Did Caleb play lands this weekend, or did he go back to the Old Faithful Enchantress? I don't know if Old Faithful is really the right way. Oh, no, they have Island. I should have played Dark Confidant first. I'd forgotten I had the red mana floating because I was going to Flame Jab if I had to, but we'll see if they would Counterspell then. With this being Mono Blue Tron, I'm a little less concerned about this deck. Personally, I don't have very high feelings towards this deck and whatnot. Yeah, so they had the Condescend, so we're not going to be able to play for that. That's fine. We are going to punch them for 3 this turn. Caleb's on lands. Yeah, that makes sense. He's been pretty hot on lands lately, so we'll see how their scrying goes. So they put 2 cards in the bottom of the library. Obviously, didn't find what they're looking for. So here we're just going to start getting aggressive. It's kind of awkward that I basically fixed their land for them, which helped them counter the Dark Confidant before I was able to play a Dark Confidant. I honestly assumed it was red-green Tron, which was also a little awkward because they play all the eggs and whatnot, so I should have probably... Them not fixing their mana and cycling through the deck with eggs early, I probably should have been a little more alert on the fact that this was clearly not red-green. I think that might have been enough of a dead giveaway where I should have been more aware of what was going on with my opponent's hand. They have the Academy Runes. Not really a problem at the moment, but could be a problem if they do eventually build Tron. No one likes me either. No one likes me. Thank you for subscribing to my Twitch. Appreciate it. Let's see. So we have a Collector Brutality here. I'm going to go to attacks first. I want to see if they actually have anything. Because they have something like a... I don't know if they'll have like Aetherize or something along those lines of like just return all opponent's attacking creatures to hand. If they do, I want to be able to replay Young Pyromancer and cast Collector Brutality. Cast Collector Brutality with just that mode. I don't think we care about escalating here and getting extra modes off it. The extra modes don't really seem like they do too well. Looks like John Orr got 62nd. Yeah. John Orr was having a rough match against Belcher at one point. He ended up winning, I think. I saw him paired against Jim Davis, who's on Black Red Reanimator, so I can't picture he loved that very much. So I know how tilted he used to get when Curtis would always play Black Red Reanimator against him. Alright, so our opponent has a Thirst for Knowledge. They've already used their blue, which means they're not going to be countering this most likely. But digging 3 deep still pretty good. Thirst for Knowledge in response to Collector Brutality obviously protects the thirst. So we have their graveyard up so we can see what they discard. Naturally, generally, we don't particularly care what's in their graveyard. So they discarded Sundering Titan. So they didn't have to discard 2 cards, they just discard 1 artifact. So they have a Repeal, they have a, what the hell is this? Commit Memory. I don't think we want them to have that Commit Memory, and Repeal probably doesn't really bother us. They have 1 more piece of Tron now. They have an Orborg, so they're black-green, I mean. No, not green, black-blue, excuse me. I think we don't want them to mess with our Young Pyromancer, so we're going to take the Commit to Memory. We don't particularly care much about the Repeal. Like, returning to our hand's not really a huge deal. It's possible I probably should have played a land there too, but, you know, things happen. People talk too much. I also could have, like, just Ravens cried them with that land as well. Alright, so they play the tower out. I'm not gonna lie, Gemstone Cavern seems really awkward from this deck, but whatever makes them happy, I guess. Yeah, I can't do that, so it's stacked that way. Okay. Alrighty. So I'd love to find a life from them here so we can really start our engines, get things going. They have one card that's unknown. Tempted to Ravenscrime him a couple times here. It's like Ravenscrime, Retrace Ravenscrime. We're going to attack with all creatures here, make 2 more tokens, and hopefully just be able to kill him next turn. Would love to have found a life alone by now, but can't always get what you want, right? So Ravenscrime you. So this makes it so like our next attack should be roughly lethal. What is this going to be? 5 tokens and that. So they'll be 1 life point away. So instead of Ravenscriming again, I'm going to probably Flame Jab them with this other one just to get that last point of damage in. Okay, so we're going to have 1 black mana that goes away. That's fine. I guess they do still have the repeal, so they could not just die here. But even the repeal doesn't seem like it's going to be good enough to really save them. Like, this is probably a repeal at the end of my turn. No, Thirst for Knowledge, okay. So there's a good chance they might find that last round piece they're looking for at this point. So I discard Gemstone Caverns, and I think the Condescend was discarded. Yeah, so Gemstone Caverns repeal. The Orborg I don't recall being discarded, so I'm not sure what's up with that. Huh. Merrick got 15th in the Classic. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, probably because you weren't there to get paired against them. Alright, so they repealed a token. It's good for like a single cantrip, like if they can just find their next Tron piece and have something they can just drop on their heads. They didn't find the next Tron piece, though. They are tapping quite a bit of mana, though, so that might not even matter for the next Tron piece. Walking Ballista X equals 3. That is a little bit of a beating for us. Alright, so they're killing Young Pyromancer right off the bat. I don't picture they just kill the tokens here. Alright, so we find a land, so what we're going to do here is we're going to filter this black into 2 red. Make a red here. Cast Seismic Assault. They can't do anything about it because they're tapped out. I'm going to go to combat. Actually, you know what? Can I go back from declaring attacks? No? Okay. So before they do blocks, I'm going to actually just... I'm going to kill this Walking Ballista. I don't want them to just block. They might kill 2 tokens, but I don't want them just blocking this. So we're just going to get that taken care of. Yeah, you're going to kill 2 tokens. That's fine. You're going to block and kill 2 tokens anyway, so... We've gotten paired against 3 SCPs in a row. Wow. It's pretty nuts getting paired against the people that you always get paired against. It's kind of brutal, honestly. Happens to me a lot. Happens to Kate a lot. Alright, so we need to just... If we can top deck a Life Loam here, like, we're golden. But if we don't top deck a Life Loam here, we might be in a little bit of trouble. So what did they discard to that person? So it's Condescend, Gemstone Caverns. Still trying to figure out how they discarded this Orborg at one point. Oh, we did Ravenscry them. That's how they discarded it. Exactly 3 dozen kittens. How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. County Ruins is putting Walking Ballista back on top. This is their upkeep, so they're going to be able to draw and cast it for X equals 2. Alright, so this is going to be a little bit tough. If we don't draw Life Loam here, we're going to start getting in trouble, because if they can just keep recurring this, it's going to be kind of tough. The nice thing is that if they keep recurring this, they can't draw their last Tron piece. But if we draw Life Loam anyways, they're just dead. Alright, it's just single swamp. I'm going to cast Faithless Looting here. I'm really kind of just sick of this Walking Ballista, so I want to just kind of close this out. Find Life Loam, we'll definitely be okay. So we found Life Loam, we found Bolt. I'm going to discard Life Loam and Swamp. Hold on to the bolt. Gonna go to combat. I'm gonna attack. They might block. They might just take the 2. They might just kill 1 token off and then just start pumping up their walking ballista. In which case, next turn they'll just be dead. In theory. I had to figure they'd take at least 1, right? No, they just let their walking ballista. Okay. Well, if they keep messing around with that all day, like, we're definitely got them with this Life Loam next turn. Yeah, so they're not rebuying it again with Academy Ruins. They're taking a fresh draw, in which case they might just be dead and scoop. Yeah, it took us way too long to find this Life Loam. It's possible earlier as well. We should have just flashback Faith Looting to try and get a little deeper in our deck quicker. But it's okay. Repeal our Seismic Assault. Okay. That's obnoxious, but that's fine. It's the thing they do. Oh, God. They got the Urza's Mine off that. So now we might actually legit be in trouble. So our draw step, we have to bring that back. Alright, we have to hope this resolves, because now we're actually looking like we might be in some trouble. We're going to get back the Ghost Quarter to break up Tron again. We've already hit a tower, so we're going to hit another tower, because that's going to be the hardest card for them to replace. It's possible I should have tapped the Graven Karens for the red and black. Yeah, they have remand, so that's actually, we're actually going to be in a little bit of trouble here. Depending on what they have on top of their deck, we're definitely going to be a little bit, it's going to be a little tough for us. Yeah, taking forever to find Life Loam was just brutal here. So they didn't rebuy Walking Ballista this turn. They have Mindslaver, they have 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Alright, Wormcoil Engine we can get past, so that I'm not too worried about. Again, we need like our Life Loam to resolve, but... Alright, what are they casting here? So they have 3 mana up. What are they casting with that 3 mana? Solemn Simulacrum. Okay. So they have 1 card in hand. No idea what card that would be. Alright, so we're going to take an actual draw step, which is nice. Alright, so we're going to have to do this. So we're going to make red-black here. Okay. Green, Loam. Alright, so Ghost Quarter, Blood Crypt, Swamp. Wormcoil Engine is going to be a beast to race, but I think we can race it. Alright, so we need to pay the black, not the red. I see what's going on there. I think the last card in their hand might be a Commit Memory. Alright, we're going to Ghost Quarter. Like, I'm tempted to hit this Academy Ruins, but I don't think that's what we need to do. I think we just need to try and keep him off Tron. Just bolt them. This Wormcoil Engine's kind of tough for us. So we think next turn. We can't just Loam next turn and then cast Seismic Assault. So they're going to go up to 8. Yeah, this is going to be a downhill battle from here. Taking forever to find Loam was definitely brutal for us. I think we can... It's going to be close. We're going to try. Could we get like Worm Harvest? We could start retracing Worm Harvest as well. Oh, they just put Walking Ballista on top? That's obnoxious. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... So Walking Ballista X equals 4. Yeah. So 4, 10, 11, 12. So that's not enough to kill us. So we're kind of okay with that. Could also just abrupt decay the Walking Ballista, get rid of it. Yeah, we're not blocking, so... Yeah, that's tough. Alright. Dredge back. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the way this game has gone so far. Yes, I'd love to play 2 life. Kind of have to, I think. Oh boy, yeah. Might have just lost this one. So here we're gonna Ghost Quarter the Academy Ruins if this resolves. We can't Ghost Quarter. We just played a land. Yeah, I think does that mean we're actually just dead then? Yeah, we're just dead then. Yeah, so that sucks. We failed to resolve a Dark Confidant because we gave them the basic land they couldn't find. So that should be a much easier matchup than what we just witnessed. We have Fulminary Mages, we have Ancient Grudges, we have Kolaghan's Command for this. Flame Jub's not great. If they have, like, Replicate is not awesome here either. If they have Ugin, Young Pyromancer isn't awesome, so we're going to actually trim a couple of those. I did just trim Young Pyromancers, right? Yeah, okay. Lightnible's not that relevant. The reach isn't that great. Going wide with Worm Harvest is much better than most other things we're doing. So we're going to try this. Just basically going to increase our land destruction a little bit with the Fulminary Mages. We're increasing our Shire effects with 2 Kolaghan's Command, 2 Ancient Grudge. We're keeping 2 Young Pyromancer in because if they're on like Relic and things of that post board, we want to make sure we have the way to just go wide and just get them. Still be able to beat them. Rasputin, thanks for following. Appreciate that. Oh, man. So yeah, Tron usually isn't that tough. We found the Ghost Quarter fairly early. We didn't find the Life from them early enough to start recurring it to keep them off Tron or keep them off a lot of the things they were doing. So we ended up losing that game as a result. I'd love to play first. Definitely want to be ahead of Tron. So I mean, like we have a Ghost Quarter here, but we don't have any other mana actually otherwise. Like we can like Ghost Quarter, play like Graham Karen's Ghost Quarter it for a swamp. But that's just terrible. So we're gonna mulligan this hand. Pair of Seismic Assaults again. I don't know what it is about that. We got the Life Loam to try, hopefully get some dredging going. So we might be able to keep this. I'm not sure. I think keep. We can get dredge going. Hopefully find a Ghost Quarter. Another land does sound nice, but I think we have 1 fetch. Yeah, we're just gonna bomb that. So just gonna fetch right now. It's gonna be Stomping Ground, and then the Black Leaf Cliffs will give us access to the black we need, so be okay. Love to just find like a Faithless Looting to actually get like real, you know, card advantage going and really start digging through our deck. So I definitely want to find Ghost Quarter as soon as possible. Yeah, so here we're just gonna play Dark Confidant. This can get a little bit out of control. Obviously what we're aiming for, again, we really want Ghost Quarter, we want Fulminary Mages, we need more land. Kolaghan Command is not terrible. They end up like resolving some type of, you know, they end up resolving like a, some type of artifact that we can't really beat. Like Relic makes our life miserable. We can beat it, but it makes our life miserable. Rage Ravine's pretty nice. I'm going to start with an attack. And then I'm going to Faithless Looting. Hoping to draw another untapped land, so after Faithless Looting we can just like ditch Raging Ravine, cast Loam, get back another land. Hopefully it doesn't just set us back too much by doing this. This double terminate's a little awkward in our hand. Yes, that's pretty good. Discard those 2. Play this Verdant Catacombs. Get an Overgrown Tomb. When Tron's going to beat us, I think they're just going to beat us, so I don't think the life matters, so I'm going to just get the Overgrown Tomb untapped. And we're going to cast this Life Loam. Next turn, we're probably going to play the Raging Ravine, just get like a man land that can avoid an Ugin board wipe if they do get there. Yeah, they have Cyclonic Rift for Dark Confidant, which is fine. Like, obviously we don't want that off the board, but we have all the card advantage we need at this point as far as that goes. Okay. So wait on them at the moment. Okay. We have Academy Runes. We realized how annoying that card is, but again, that card is not a Tron piece, so we're actually okay with that. I'm going to skip on the dredging Life Loam. We actually kind of want to... We drew Life Loam anyway, so that kind of worked out. They got this Dark Confidant on board again. If they counter it, that's fine. If they don't counter it, oh well. Probably should have played land first in hindsight, because they can only condescend for 2. So that's actually... That might be a little bit of a whoops on our part. Condescend's so bad. This deck is really bad. I hope I don't lose this. Usually this is a pretty good matchup. Okay, so no more fetchable sources for Verdant Catacombs aside from basic Swamp. So yeah, we're just gonna keep Life for Loam going. I'll play the Raging Ravine next turn for sure. Really unfortunate I just threw that Dark Confidant away, but gotta start thinking a little bit more ahead of time, I guess. So now we're getting a little scared here. They have like Power Plant in mine. So they end up getting the like the tower. We might get in trouble. I'd love to find a Ghost Quarter now. Even a Fulmir Mage would be nice off the top, but yeah, I don't think. Let's see. So if I do that, yeah, I think we're okay not dredging here. Oh, there's a Ghost Quarter. Lovely. Well, let's start with a Terminate on that. They're going to draw a card, but we don't want them to have that creature in play. It's just an annoyance, really, for us. Is there anything else we want to resolve? No, I don't think so. So we're just going to Ghost Quarter their Power Plant. And here we're going to start just trying to do like Ghost Quarter Life and Loam train on them. Keep them off all their Tron pieces, eventually start digging out all their basics. We're definitely going to have to answer this Academy Runes, because that could get obnoxious with all their artifacts. So if they don't play another Tron piece here, and we can resolve a Life Loam, we're going to hit this Academy Runes next turn. Talisman of Dominance, yeah, sure. Another Power Plant. Okay, so they played another Tron piece. We're really going to try and resolve a Life Loam. Oh, okay, Nihil Spellbomb. That's a problem. And they got the Talisman of Dominance, so they can actually draw a card off that. So that kind of sucks. It's a little bit brutal for us. Nice if they actually targeted themselves. I like when we do this, it highlights both players. I wish it would just show you who. I don't want to keep the chat up. It takes up too much of the screen. Yeah, okay. I mean, obviously it's targeting me, but in general, a lot of those effects don't actually show you who you're targeting unless you go check out chat and see what that says. Which I think is a little weird, but it's fine. Oh, yeah, we gotta select Lightning Bolt if we want to bolt them. We gotta send a Lightning Bolt at their face to send a message, really, is what it comes down to. They have 4 cards in hand. We're gonna Ravenscry them a few times, I think. We're gonna see what they got. Obviously, they have like the Academy Ruins with like Nihil Spellbomb, which is unfortunate. I'd love to find an answer for that. Alright, so discarding that. Retrace this. Discarding that. We are going to play Raging Ravine, though. Thirst for Knowledge and Response, okay. So I discarded a Platinum Angel rather than discarding 2 things, which pads their hand a little bit, so it makes sense. Discard Ouroboros. Did not realize that this deck played that card. Oh, this crap. Okay. Let's say. Yeah, I'm going to want the Blood Crypt, so I'm going to discard the Wooded Foothills. Losing 2 Life Loams there was kind of unfortunate. Discarding Condescend. We'll play late Raging Ravine. I'll just pass the turn here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana, and then they have map, so they use 2 mana, crack it, and they have 8, 9 mana available. So we might just be dead here. Yeah, we probably shouldn't have lost game 1. This game, we probably should have been able to stick our Dark Confidant the second time. Unfortunately, not playing the second land first was definitely a mistake. So yeah, they have Tron now. They have 5, 6, 7, 8 mana available. Yeah, so that's unfortunate. They went to end step, so they obviously don't have anything to do with it. It's probably just because they're just going to use, their Academy Runes to rebuy something. Platinum Angel isn't the best thing to rebuy, but it's still something to rebuy that can help them to keep them from losing the game. I got to have a green mana source around here somewhere. And a red mana source. There we go. Okay, what the hell just happened? Why did that untap again? Yeah, I'm not very good with MTGO. I much prefer Magic and Paper, but... No! Come on, really? I hate MTGO so much. I do not like playing on this format, this platform here. So yeah, I just missed an attack completely. It is my clumsy fingers and whatnot, but it happens. What are you doing? I don't think that attack's going to be relevant in the end anyway. Oh my god, condescend? Really? You're just going to put something on top of your library anyways, right? Why does it matter? See what they do with the top 2 cards, I guess. Can't believe we missed that attack. That was terrible. They put 1 card on bottom, put another card on bottom. Okay, so condescend literally didn't really do them anything because they were just going to probably rebuy something anyway. Yeah, so they're going to rebuy an artifact here, clearly. What are they targeting? Cameron's targeting Nail Spellbomb. Okay, we're not... I mean, this Raven's Crime doesn't really matter at this point, so I'm not sure what they hope to succeed with that. I still can't believe we did this. So that's like 4 points of damage we just missed. So if we don't lose within like the next 2 turns, we basically just... That little miscue is basically the game. You don't have to tap that for black mana. You can tap that. Yeah, there you go. I have Orborg in play, buddy. Just here to help you out. Mirror pool. Oh, yeah. That's a beating. Alright. Hey, look, we get to Raven's Crime them anyway. How adorable. Which means we can keep them off like a bounce spell of some sort. It was just a Talisman Dominance, but could have kept them off a bounce spell if it was relevant. Alright, so we're going to animate Rage and Ravine. We're hopefully going to attack with it this turn. We should be attacking with a 5/5, but unfortunately we made a little bit of a boo-boo. What are they doing? You have to do that in response to my attack? I don't understand that. Come on. So let me go to attack. There we go. Yep. 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 Yeah, so I think it's going to come down to that one forgotten attack is actually going to lose us this game. Like, we have the Terminate for the Platinum Angel. We know they're casting a Solemn Simulacrum here, which now we're going to have to kill, unfortunately. If we draw Lightning Bolt here for that, and we can still hit them with Raging Ravine, we probably can still just win this. Graven Cairn's not good enough on that one. Yeah. Can't believe I missed out on that damage. I could just be killing them right here. That's such a shame. Okay. Well, we're going to make them sack their Solemn Simulacrum. Yep. So, if they end up Academy Ruins, putting something on top, and then drawing it with Solemn Simulacrum, I'm just going to Raven's Crime them to get rid of it. Make them have to do it again on their upkeep. If that is the Platinum Angel they do that with, then we might still just... I don't think we can kill him yet still, but it's going to be close. I can't picture they're actually going to do that, but we might get lucky. Yeah, I'm still bound to do this, because we're not doing anything with this land, really. We don't need it. I guess it gives us the ability to like terminate and activate Ravine. We are pretty heavy on land in this deck, so that might not be necessary anyway. So they have to copy instant source they control. Okay, that's good to know. Alright, so they're rebuying Solemn Simulacrum again, so that's going to get very aggravating very quick. Our Raging Ravine's a 5/5, it will be a 6/6 next. What are they going to rebuy? Okay, so Cyclonic Rift has to be a non-land permanent, so it can't hit Raging Ravine. Them having this blocker and then they're going to have another blocker is very frustrating. Losing that one Ghost Core and those 2 life rooms is unfortunate. Alright, so they rebought the Thirst Finale, just draw some extra cards. Alright, our graveyard has basically nothing in it, so I'm just going to get rid of that. It's going to be a Graven Care and Raven's Crime. Still can't believe I clicked through that one in combat. Alright, so they dumped the Solemn Simulacrum and Gemstone Cairns is what they discarded to that. Okay. Would love to find a Ghost Quarter for this Academy Ruins right now. But, because this is getting really obnoxious being able to rebuy those cards. So they have one card in hand. They're going to go their draw step. I don't know what that card in hand could be. Oh, crap. I missed what they bought. Okay, Nihil Spellbomb. So, like, they really just don't want me to have all these retrace, which is fine. Like, it's understandable. I'm not sure why they keep tapping this for stuff like that. They could easily tap this for colorless. I don't tap any of their lands for black to pay for the trigger. Instead, they're just like essentially wasting extra mana. So I don't know if they're gaining something from that or not. If I can top deck Bolt here, we can bolt that attack for 7, and then a Terminate plus an attack would be enough to kill our opponent. They just attack here with the Snapcaster Mage. That'd be kind of silly. Alright, so we got the Bolt. So yeah, we're going to Bolt here. We have to hold the Terminate in case they rebuy the Platinum Angel. If they rebuy the Platinum Angel, we need like a definite flat-out answer. Bolt doesn't deal enough damage to it. Oh my god, what could they possibly have? Is another Condescend or something? They already used 3 Condescends. Does the stack really run 4? X equals 5. Oh my god, whatever they're doing is like, this is big. Condescend X equals 6. Really? Oh, man. Opponent's going deep. So we're getting to the point where Raging Ravines is going to be like a one-hit punch at this point. Which is fine. If that's how we end up getting it, that's fine with me. Red, green, color. Okay. Alright, so that's 4 Condescends. They can't have any more unless they find another Snapcaster Mage. They have no cards in hand, so it's not like they're going to do anything about our Raging Ravine. We're going to attack. It's going to now be a 6/6. And we're definitely getting to the point where we're just going to end up just wrecking our opponent, which is 1 attack, hopefully. So like if they end up putting a Platinum Angel out and don't block the Ravine with it, what we can do is like Raging Ravine attack them, get them to negative, and then terminate their Platinum Angel. So that's another possible way we can win if they end up going that route. I would like to just, like on the turn they have Platinum Angel out, if we get a like lethal attack in, I'd like to just be able to play another land and terminate when we get the lethal attack in. Really wish Raging Ravine had Trample. Okay. So they actually took that attack. So if they... I'm not sure what they could have drawn here. Is there a card they could have drawn here that just gets us with the Raging Ravine? Oh, come on! I'm so bad with this stupid program. So I didn't animate my Raging Ravine early enough. I didn't have a stop on my upkeep on my combat, so I couldn't animate it. So now I just missed out on another attack. So like they're at 4 now, which means that first attack actually did matter. And now I've just done it again, so I'm pretty much done with this horrid program. Good God, this is bad. I miss paper. I don't like this. What are they targeting? They're targeting their Talisman of Dominance? Oh, I should have just Ancient Grudged that crap. I don't know why they're doing that. So was Scissor hand engraver and Scissor library and draw 7 cards? I don't think they want me to draw 7 cards. Maybe they do. I don't know if that seems good. I could have also done this in response just to make it fizzle. Not that it matters. If they draw a Talisman of Dominance, I'm fine with that. Card doesn't particularly do much for them right now. Oh, second from top. Okay, yeah. So I'm assuming they got this in their graveyard just so they can cast the Aftermath part of it. Seems incorrect, but yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna grudge this. And terminate the Snapcaster Mage. And then memory can resolve, that's fine. Alright, so we got like double Fulminator Mage, we got Young Pyromancer, Ancient Grudge, Kolaghan's coming, Ghost Quarter, Swamp. So actually our hand's pretty good right now. Let me think, so I have 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana available. So this turn I'm probably gonna Ghost Quarter like their tower, restrict their mana a lot. Depending on what they do here, obviously. Like if they just like put down Ugin, like I might just be in trouble. Oh, come on, really? Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so this is really unfortunate. So yeah, we're getting Mindslaver locked here. This is pretty much crap. Like we had that game twice, but oh well. We lost to that deck. Whatever. Game 1 was a little rough. We didn't find a Life Loam in time. We found a Ghost Quarter a little late, so that was tough. Game 2, we just couldn't keep them down long enough. What happened? We found the Ghost Quarter like late, and then yeah, it happens. They had Nihil Spellbomb, which is pretty good. Their hate was good, and we just played a little sloppy. Not be able to resolve that Dark Confidant because I didn't play the second land was brutal, but it's okay. We're gonna go to round 4. Yeah, missing those 2 attacks and just missing those 2 attacks is brutal. It's my sloppy fingers. Maybe I should just take like my left hand off the keyboard and just start clicking through things. It's a little bit slower, obviously, but it might be necessary to do. How's everyone doing tonight in chat, anyway? Even if you're not in chat, I hope you're doing well. I hope your night's going well. We're playing a little loose tonight, as per usual. I just can't get used to MTGO. On paper, I feel like I'm a much better player. Not great, but much better. Ugh. Alright, we're on the draw again. We lost another die roll. If we had a green mana source, this hand would be really good. There's no green mana source, so this hand's actually pretty sketchy. I'm going to have to just mulligan it, unfortunately. This hand's a keep for sure. Rage and Veen, we don't need that yet, so we're going to put that on bottom. Alright, Windswept Heath. Not really sure what we could possibly be up against, but what's your opponent's doing here? I'm assuming Coco, possibly. If it's Coco, this hand's pretty bad. Noble Hierarch. I'm assuming that could just be like green-white taxes. I don't want them to leverage an early mana advantage, so I'm just going to get rid of that. Thalia is annoying, but it's not particularly horribly annoying. Kessig Wolf runs, so now I'm led to believe that this is the what's it called deck, Reliquary Retreat or whatever. I'm gonna play Dark Confidant here. If it gets Path, that kind of ramps us a bit, so we're actually fine with that. It's unfortunate, but we'll get the Swamp for it. At the moment, we're just trying to, like, right at the moment, we are actually looking kind of like Jund, so our opponent might misread us. We're not going to continue to look like Jund for very long, though, because we have, like, Flame Jab and Life for Loam, so we're going to give it up real quick. If they just pass turn, they're probably setting up for a Spell Queller turn, which means we're not just going to jam Life for Loam next turn. Voice Sergeants, okay. That card's a little obnoxious for us. Alright, so we got the Seismic Assault, which we can actually just resolve here. So we're gonna do that. Oh, hey, look at that. Yeah, use the black. What the hell just happened? There should be 3 red there. What's going on? Alright, so that, into that. Use the black. Red. There we go. So yeah, we're just gonna give it away now. Seismic Assault's the only way we're gonna keep ahead of this card. So we're gonna pass turn here. I need them to not have like a Spell Queller here, basically. Because I need to resolve these Life Loams. Okay, Geist the Same Trapped may be an issue. We don't particularly have a good way to answer that. And hitting, like, using 2 Loams to hit an Angel is pretty miserable. So that's tough. Alright, so... And I just realized we don't actually have lands in our graveyard. That's absolutely horrendous. I can't believe we have not discarded a single land yet. That's insane. Alright, well, that sucks. Got a Raven's Crime here, see what they discard. They discard a Path to Exile. We are going to Flame Jab them here, I guess. Yeah, we really need this Dredge to hit some lands. If we can hit 3 lands off the Dredge, we can, like, Loam, get back hopefully a green source, shoot for 2, and then, like, Loam, get back a few. So that'll be 4, 6. So we can deal 10 to them this next turn. We're taking 8 here, so we can win this race as it stands. But we have to, like, Dredge into land. And then we have to, like, draw. Yeah, so there's a couple of land there, that's not bad. I need this to resolve, though, because I need to be able to get another green source. If this doesn't resolve, we're just dead. Yeah, they got Spellcaller, right? Yeah. Yeah, so that's actually game. Spellcaller is enough to just kill us. So it was really unfortunate. I didn't realize that we were so short on land that whole game. We didn't find any of our relevant removal. For Geist of St. Traff, we don't really have any answers. We do want our Abrupt Decay, because it is a counter. It's a pretty much, aside from Spellcaller, it's a way to just get it in there without being countered. Worm Harvest is out of Spellcaller range. Retrace is real nice. They're going to have some form of, like, Rest in Peace or something, hence the extra Abrupt Decay as well. It's not a good reason to bring it in. Grafdigger's Cage doesn't particularly matter. Flame Jab's not particularly efficient enough for me to like it. I think Fulminator Mage is tempting because their mana base seems pretty greedy, but I don't think that's really the game we want to play. Yes, we're going to definitely play first. So we have Loam, we have, like, fetch lands, so we have a way to get at least 1 land in our graveyard. We have a Seismic Assault, which is good. We're going to keep this. So we have Orborg, so we don't need to find, like, a Blood Crypt or anything, so we're just going to get Stomping Ground with this. Stomping Ground is naturally going to be tapped since we're not actually going to be using mana this turn. Like, playing the Orborg and just Raven's Crime him was possibly okay, but that seems, like, weak to me. Bards of Paradise, yeah, that's fine. Tempted to kill it just because I don't want them to have Geist up. Young Pyromancer's pretty tempting here. Yeah, I'm going to go with Young Pyromancer. Young Pyromancer can block a Geist for days, so if they end up just turning to a Geist off this bird, like, we actually have some way to kind of nerf it a bit. And if they want to attack a Geist, we're happy to just do that trade. There's a possibility they have Path in here still. Like, they saw, like, Dark Confidant, didn't particularly see any other creatures, so they might have boarded out some paths, because they figure, like, with Geist being such quick clock and Dark Confidant dealing me some damage, plus shocks, you know, it might be okay. Yeah, their mana base they've already pretty much established is not too gritty at the moment. They already got, like, a basic, and then they only got Hollow Fountain because they need the 2 different colored. Thalia is a little bit annoying, but we can answer Thalia. So we got no other untapped lands. So we're just going to Raven's Crime them here. Make a token. So I'm the king of top decks. I was hoping to find another land there that was untapped, but it's kind of just it happens. It's not really a big deal. So here they can actually activate the Gavany Township to pump their Thalia. For the Thalia, I'm probably just going to take this attack. I might just... Actually, I'm just going to block. There's no reason to take this attack when I don't have to. Okay, yeah, declare attackers. You got it. You already declared attackers. Alright. Alright, Collective Brutality is actually not terrible here. They have mana up, which is kind of why I'm a little bit hesitant on wanting to do it. We gotta do something, so I'm gonna Collective Brutality. It's going to escalate with 2 modes. It's going to be the -2/-2 on Thalia, and then they're going to reveal their hand. So it's them, Thalia, discarding. I'm going to discard the Worm Harvest. I still want the Life Loam in hand, because if they have like something like Surgical or whatnot, I don't want to just open up Life Loam to it. If they don't respond to this, they don't like the Spell Queller, which they probably do, because they always have the Spell Queller. Let's face it. Okay, they have 5 mana Collected Company. Okay, that's... If this is a combo variant, we're in trouble. Spell Queller, yep, there it is. They either have the Collected Company or the Spell Queller. Alrighty, let's see here. Yeah, Spell Queller's going to eat my Brutality. I'm going to hopefully be able to kill their Spell... Oh my god, neither Queller. That's going to be a puncher. That's pretty punchy right there. Yeah, so not finding more lands, like, we're in trouble. We're not looking very good right here. Wow, didn't realize there's so many people in chat. Thanks for stopping by, everyone. Feel free to interact, you know. I'm peeking over to keep an eye on all of you. Making sure none of you are causing no trouble. I'd love to top deck another land here. The fact I can't draw land is, like, kind of miserable. But I'm making it through. Okay. It's another Collecting Company, or, okay, Township, yep. So like with our Abrupt Decay hitting Spell Queller, that's not a big deal. The fact that we kind of have to rely on a Seismic Assault to kill most of the rest is going to be really miserable. Since they're tapped out, like, I'm tempted to just Abrupt Decay this Nether Reliquary. Let's see, the Reliquary is a 6/6, so we have to just block that, because that's definitely where the most damage is coming through. Yeah, we definitely need a land, because actually now I realize with the Thalia in play, we can't just Abrupt Decay the Spell Queller here and then just like cast the Brutality. So there's another land, we got lucky there. So yeah, we have to just Abrupt Decay that. We're going to get a token. We'll cast the Collected Brutality, discarding Life Loam, get another token. We'll have chump blockers for another Reliquary for a while. So we're going to cast that. Escalate with 2 modes. So we want to check their hand again in case they have something, and we definitely want to get rid of that Thalia. Thalia. Because I'm not particularly excited for the idea of them having another Collected Company to get them even further into their deck. Alright, so they had no targets in hand. Double Voice of Resurgent Tyrus Tracker, that's a little brutal. We in some trouble, is basically what's going down. I'm going to get an attack with Young Pyromancer here. They're tapped out, so there's nothing to lose. Might as well get some damage through now while I can. So they had double Voice of Resurgence, Tyrus Tracker. It's pretty good. Voice of Resurgence are especially going to be problematic. Mostly just because they have land here, clearly. Yeah. Oh, and it's a fetch land? Oh, jeez. Talk about lucky. I would love to be drawing lands like they are. They have all the mana sources. I wonder what it's like. Must be nice. Yeah, 2 clues for you. Good for you, buddy. Can I crack a clue now? Voice of Resurgence? Okay. Let's see. So I can dredge back a Loam. I can get the fetch land. Hopefully I get more lands off the dredge. The fact I found so few lands right now is like crazy to me. Okay, so they're just going like nutty on this clue, on these clues. I'm sure they're gonna probably crack at least one. As long as so they need to find. So they have to at least find a Kessa Growth Run with their Nether Reliquary to make this tile, to make their creatures get through a trample. So I might be in some actual trouble here shortly. So they went in on another Voice of Resurgence. So I'm going to dredge Life Loam. I only found one more land, which, I mean, at this point, like, I'm really not surprised. I mean, who is at this point? So I actually can't Loam and cast Seismic Assault, which is a problem. Because I really have to, like, just get rid of most of these creatures right now. So I'm going to have to just fetch for another red source. And then Flame Jab, like, neither of these creatures away, because I can't, because they're Gavony Township activation earlier. Yeah, I'm probably pretty dead again. Ugh, man, this is brutal. Maybe I should have. I didn't have the second land pitch anyway. So maybe I should have paid 2 life so I could have like flame jabbed the Tiles Tracker twice, but I couldn't do that anyway. Yeah, I mean, probably just dead here. Double Voice of Resurgence is really tough for me. It's going to be a lot of creatures. Not be able to kill their Tiles Tracker here was very bad because now the quadruple clues plus another Reliquary to go get more landfalls. We're just super dead here. Man, this has been brutal. Can't find land to save my life. Or at least not the right lands at that. Been pretty massacred a couple of the games. Being hit with variance, been hit with a lot of bad play as well. My play's definitely not been great. Yeah. I mean, I have to assume they get Keswick Wolf Run here. I have blockers for days, so they're definitely going to be probably making their Tiles Tracker a little bigger. Use another Reliquary to go get Keswick Wolf Run, start punching through some real damage. I want to block the Voice of Resurgence with like multiple tokens, but I don't want them to die. So do they still have a Gavany Town? They also have Gavany Township activation up. So, yeah, this is definitely Seismic Assault's not going to be efficient enough here. We're very dead. All right, get this back. Yeah, I can't seem to get 3 lands off a dredge. Like, I've dug so many cards deep and can't find it. I can't even get another red source again. Yeah, I can't fetch a red source, so yeah, we're just pretty dead here. I'm just gonna scoop. I can't stay in this game anymore. That was just brutal. That shouldn't have been that tough. I mean, they had like a really good fast hand with a lot of creatures. The Thalia definitely threw us off for a long time. Having them Spell Queller just to buy another turn if it gets our Collective Brutality to kill their Thalia and duress them was very rough. So it's unfortunate. It's possible it should have just abrupt decayed that first Bird of Paradise to hold them off like even another turn, but that just didn't feel right. If I had abrupt decayed that first Bird of Paradise, though, they would have just turned 2 to Thalia, and I would have turned 3 to Collective Brutality with the Escalate. So that might have been correct. I think the draws were a little brutal, but the play was definitely a couple things I could have done different to save that game. So we're 1-3. It's just basically the usual of our league matches. I swear, people, I'm a decent player. Alright. Here comes the last round of this league. This has actually been like one of the fastest leagues we've done so far. A lot of my other recordings have been over 2 hours. This one's just creeping up on 2 hours. Lost our 5th die roll in a row. Yeah, I mean, looting to dig, crime, terminate, keep. What do you want? Yeah, good luck, have fun to you as well. So we're starting off with Steam Vents. It's either Patriot Control. This person's 03 as well, okay. It's either Patriot Control or Blue-Red Storm. It's likely going to be Patriot Control. So I'm going to start off with this Black Leaf Cliffs and just Faithful Suit. Alright, so we got Bolt, Orborg. Another one of those is really good. I'm just going to get rid of the Orborg. And I'll get rid of Woodfall Hills. We have a lot of mana fixed in the Graven Cairns. And the Woodfall Hills was incorrect because we need Green Source eventually to cast a card. So, play has not been good. Yeah, this is a brutal day. Alright, so it's Blue-Red Storm with Death Brawl here. We're just going to bolt that. Hope they don't take after Emma Handy and run things like Apostle's Blessing. Although I think she's back on a Noxious Revival. So there's that. Now we're just going to Ravens crime them now that we know there's a storm. We want to make sure they have the lowest amount of cards in hand possible. If they don't start the turn with a Mana Dork or one of the, you know, one of the Electromancer effects, they if they don't start the turn with one of those, they're a little more restricted on mana, which means they need a lot more cards to go off. Alright. So I'd love to draw a life from Loam, but since we pitched our green source, I'm not really inclined to actually want to. So here we're gonna red that into black red. I'm gonna terminate that this time. We're gonna save the Abrupt Decay for when they might have a mana up, so they can't just remand the removal spell. We're gonna Ravens crime them again. So they've discarded a remand and a grape shot. We've killed 2 Barals. Next turn, I'm probably just going to actually Faithless Looting, flashback, hopefully find a green source, and maybe a life from Loam between the 3 cards we draw next turn. If we can do that, we can get our engine going and start Ravens criming them. They might remand this, which is miserable, but that's fine. Not much we could do about that. We don't have any other mana up, so we're just going to have to continue. Let's see. Another Brawl. So we have this Abrupt Decay for that Brawl. If they don't just have, like, Ritual. Okay, they don't. Okay. Yeah, we're going to be Ghost Quoting our old land here. Gonna float a black first. So yeah, we're going to Ghost Quote our old land here. We're going to get a green source, Abrupt Decay that. Yeah, we're going to use that ability. And get a forest. Green, Abrupt Decay. Yeah, now we'll just flashback of Ravens Crime, I guess. Kind of curious what they've been discarding, so to look. So they've discarded a Ritual, a Flood Strand, so they're pretty mana flooded. Now they're down to 3 cards. If this is another Brawl, I'm just like, what the hell? Okay, it's a Peer Through Depths, cool. We finally made it through all their what's it called? Their mana guys. Not really sure what you'd call that. Alright, we got Stomping Ground here. So like we have the green source here. I think at this point we have to just keep up on Raven's Crime because we want to make sure their hand is light as possible. We want to find a Faithless Looting or a Life Loam very soon. Alright, Siren Visions. Collective Brutality is kind of cool. Not super excited about it, but it's something. So target opponent reveals their hand, you choose a card. So instant or sorcery card. So Metamorphose goes away for sure. I don't mind if they have the little bit of extra mana, but I do not want them to have the mana fixing and the card draw. Metamorphose just cycling could be enough where they find like something they need to kill us. So they drew a land for turn. So we know their hand is Desperate Ritual, Pyrrhic Ritual. Another green source, but we don't particularly need the green source at the moment. Again, we need like Life Loam, Faithless Looting. No, what? Oh, come on. I didn't click the Raven's Crime, I kicked the land first. I am not a fan of MTGO. Oh, look, they scooped, so we got lucky there. That was terrible. Alright, so I think last time we realized Dragon's Claw is possibly okay. I don't think the Kologon's command is necessary, but I'm not really a fan of, like, I don't think I need the Terminates. A couple bolts seem just not great. We want all the young Pyromancers. Yeah, maybe we just get rid of bolts. Maybe, no. I don't like that. I don't like these. I don't like the Kologon's commands particularly, so I'm going to get rid of those. Yeah, wait, what? I conceded? What? How did I lose that game? I am so confused right now. Am I missing something? Can someone tell me what I did? I'm gonna have to look at that video later. I don't know what just happened. Man. When did I concede? Did I like accidentally like right click and hit concede the game? Because I was trying to hit undo, so I was trying to undo. Maybe I accidentally clicked concede because I was thinking I was trying to undo the land drop that I wasn't supposed to do. Oh my god. Yeah, I wasn't supposed to concede. I think I was trying to hit undo to see if I could undo the land drop, which was an obvious mistake because I meant to retrace Raven's Crime. Clearly, I'm just not great with technology here. That was brutal. Thanks for the heads up, guys. Oh, jeez. I guess possibly gals too. If one of you is one of you is not a guy, I apologize for that. Yeah, so we have to do the awkward thing where like we ghost quarter and life loam our own land. I don't like the fact we're gonna have to do that, but if we don't draw a green source here, I'm gonna have to. But it'll give us a chance to actually cast. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. That's awesome. Yeah, this is always a real feel bad to have to do this. Let's hope I don't accidentally. So I'm gonna take my hand off the keyboard, so I don't accidentally pass through not casting life loam. Grab forest, clicking very carefully so I don't accidentally do that. We're gonna get our 2 lands back, and then we can pass turn. Yeah, the computers are super tricksy. They're like hobbits, you know. Alright, so if they play like... They're not going to be able to play Dork here because they just tapped 1 mana. If they end up playing Dork, like we can hold up Lightning Bolt and stuff. We have Seismic Assault, Young Pyromancer, Lightning Bolt, Young Pyromancer, and Life Loam, and Raven's Crime. So here we're pretty much just going to be dredging non-stop. We don't need to really resolve another land drop. I'd like to play 2 life, yes. So here... I think I have to hold up at least Bolt. So I don't think I can just do that. But if I don't do that... Let me think. Cast Life Loam. Turn 3. I'm going to have to discard 1. What happens if I play Young Pyromancer here? And then 1 Raven's Crime next turn? Oh, this is so ugly. I might just do the Loam. Return 3 lands. Yeah, holding a Bolt might have been correct. We'll see what happens, I guess. I have a feeling we're going to get punished for it, but I'm pretty much a glutton for punishment, so I'm okay. And besides, if it entertains all of you, then that works for me. 3 mana, so it's just pieces of the puzzle. Alright, so I think we got lucky here. We're clearly not dead. Like, they can't just tab out for pieces of puzzle on the main phase with already the land drop and just start killing us. What did they reveal to us? All that. So yeah, we're gonna dredge this Loam back. So we got lucky there. We didn't just die. So here we can like Blackleaf Cliffs. Here we're gonna resolve a Young Pyromancer and hold up Bolt for like a Baral or whatnot. They try to put like a Baral down and try to start going off. In response to once they're tapped out, in response I'll just Bolt, make a token, and then next turn I'm gonna start Loam and Raven's Crime. Okay, so they have this land up, so that's a little bit tougher. It probably is going to represent the fact that they wanted to hold up like green land. Red mana instead, so they're just going to... Okay. So they're either trying to draw into remand or they're just casting the Metamorphose, getting all the rituals out to get the benefit of the mana from Baral being in play. Which, with them having the 2 mana sources, like there's nothing we could have really done about that ahead of time. Unless we could hold up like a second Bolt, that'd be good. That would have been good. Okay, Sprawl's going away. That ritual's going. I'm assuming we're going to see a Gifts here. Their graveyard is huge. Peer 3 ups first, okay. Alright. Are we just gonna end up seeing another empty and whatnot? Oh. Okay. So they put Siren Vision. Siren Vision they revealed. Alright. I'm going to dismiss all these cards because I have no idea what's actually in their hand right now. Okay. So here's empty for Storm of 9. That's 18 goblins. Okay, that's going to be... That's quite a few more than... Just a couple. Luckily we have our second Young Pyromancer here. We have our Life of Loam on our hand, so... I'm going to try to not have to take too much damage, so I'm going to just fetch a regular swamp here. So we're going to Young Pyromancer. Cast Loam, hit 3 lands, get 2 more tokens. They have 18. So we'll block 3 with just these and die exactly, so we're going to have to block with the Young Pyromancer as well, probably. Ugh. That was a lot of Storm. That was really ugly. So I block with just 1 Young Pyromancer. I still keep 1. They lose 4 tokens. That puts them to 14. Oh, man. Beaten empty is miserable. Beaten empty is not pretty. And I have to block at least 4, because I'm just dead to... Exactly, if I don't block at least 4. If this Pierce through Depth Reveal is like a scrape shot, then I'm definitely just dead. Actually, conceding game 1's kind of miserable. Like game 1 I pretty much had, but yeah, they have a grape shot, so I'm just dead here. Even if I block 5, I still take 13. Their grape shot's going to deal me 3 here or 2 here. 13 and 2 is just enough, so... Ugh, Jesus. Oh, they're killing Young Pyromancers. Which still means I can't block enough, so either way, just dead. Yeah, you got it, buddy. Good games. Alright, so that was terrible. Another really poorly ran league. Just can't seem to get the computer thing down, clearly. So yeah, we'll go over the list again real quick. I'm not going to play anymore tonight. Definitely not feeling up to it. Very tired. So, Salt Loam, deck list is if you hit exclamation point, type deck list. I do have MTG bot set up to show it. Actually, it's near the top of the chat for anyone that's been here since that was last done. So as many of you have probably watched, I did not play that extremely well. A lot of misplays, a lot of misclicks, a lot of misses like in passing priority. So a lot of mistakes like that. There was a few play mistakes I definitely made, and the variance is a little bit tough. Not finding a life for them through like, I think it was like 18 cards or something like that, and one of the games against the deck was pretty rough. Not finding a Ghost Quarter for a while was tough against Tron, but I also didn't play the extra land against Tron, and then try to cast Dark Confidant into them condescending for 2. So I lost a Dark Confidant that way against Blue Tron. Game 1 I had Ghost Quartered one of their Tron pieces before I tried casting Dark Confidant, so they were able to remand it. So that was a little unfortunate. There's a lot of weird play I had there. A lot of plays I haven't had the Blue Tron matchup much, so that was... A little bit of that can be chalked up to the fact I have a little experience with the matchup. A lot of this is just a lot of what I was experiencing was just a lot of MTGO difficulties. Naturally, in paper, a lot of things a lot more. It's obviously harder to miss a land drop for your turn. It's harder to forget to animate a Raging Ravine, so when you go to your combat step, you can declare an attacker. Missing 2 attacks or 1 attack that way, though, is exactly what lost us that mono blue Tron matchup, or at least game 2. So that was a little brutal. Still pretty happy with the list. I was hoping to play against more burn because like these Galactic Brutalities, these Life Goes On, these Dragon's Claws are just so satisfying to really punish that deck. It's a little unfortunate some of my draws, but I'm still happy with what the list is. I think I'm going to try and squeeze a third Brutality in here. Could be in place of like a Dark Confidant. I might not put it in place of like a Flame Jab. I'm not sure. I'll have to figure that out. Might even just be in place of Lightning Bolt, honestly. I still don't miss Fatal Push. Fatal Push doesn't seem like it would have been relevant enough in any of those games to warrant removing a Lightning Bolt for it, to warrant moving like an Abrupt Decay, a Terminate, you know. So I think I'm going to stay away from Fatal Push, continue staring for now. One of the things we did discover earlier that was pointing out is we had a basic mountain. There was one game where we needed another red source. We could have ghost quartered for a basic mountain. Again, as a lot of you probably noticed, ghost quartering my own land for a basic's not pretty. For a basic mountain, I might try and get rid of this Urborg-Tumi Yawgmoth, or Graven Karens in place of that. It's also possible Ghost Quarter should become Field of Ruin. I'm not particularly a giant fan of that. Like, Field of Ruin won't set me back a land, but it also costs like essentially 3 lands or 3 mana to activate because it itself has to tap and then you have to tap 2 for it. It's a little bit of a steep cost on something that I need early against decks like Tron. Worm Harvest never actually came up, unfortunately. One of the few times it could have come up. Game was just over way too quick. It was against like Storm. And we just couldn't get it down before like they got like the empty out. What else? We had a lot of dredging tonight that we just couldn't find land, and that was another thing that really hurt us. Like not having lands to pitch the Seismic Assault because we just didn't have any really. Not be able to have the land so we could start like Ravens criming someone. That was kind of brutal. There was a lot of weird variance tonight. Some bad plays, but I think it's okay overall. Sideboard, I mean, I'm not going to change right now. I'm still pretty happy with it. One thing I might consider is like for Storm, like switching out Dragon's Claws for either Duress or Inquisition of Kozilek or Thoughtseize. I'm kind of leaning towards Inquisition of Kozilek. Seeing how often they go for like Empty the Warrens as well, it's tempting to add some number of either Pyroclasm or Anchor the Gods. So it could be like 2 Anchor the Gods and like a 4th Raven's Crime here or something like that. That's something to consider to help with the Storm matchup a little bit. You seem to have way too many cards to burn, like 5 too many. No, when I play this, if I get paired against burn way too much, I just lose. I just have an absolutely negative record. This is not way too many cards to burn. Burn is an absolute miserable matchup for me. I love you, Zach, but I think you're extremely wrong on that. I mean, if the online leagues are like no burn decks, then yeah, I mean, I might not need this many cards for online, but in paper, when I see like plenty of burn decks, I definitely feel like I need all these cards. It's modern, every deck is like 2% of the meta. Yeah, I don't know. Like, generally I have a good matchup against pretty much everything else. I don't know what's happening with me with this deck tonight. Anger works against Green, White, X, and Coco too. Yeah, so Anger could definitely be at least 2 of these slots. Possible K commands are just not really... It's possible I just replace either K command or Fulminator Mage for like some Thoughtseize with like the 3rd Dragon's Claw. So that could be like 4 Thoughtseize there possibly. I'm not sure. I'll have to play out the deck some more. I'll have to actually make it some paper events, play the deck against more matchups, get more practice and more experience, because I don't really play Modern these days, and it's been a long time since I played. It's been long enough at this point where I haven't played Assault in like over 2 months now. So I probably just need to play Modern more. I need to get more used to MTGO. Just playing around with all the yields and playing around with like your priority and stuff like that. It's just something that I just have not gotten used to. I miss a lot of land drops still to this day. So, I missed tax, as we all saw. Really unfortunate. If anyone has any specific questions, I'll probably be hanging out for a couple more minutes. Feel free to send them through chat. I do have chat up, so as soon as you send them through, I'll be able to see them without the delay of the stream. Yeah, so I'm thinking right now, probably subtract 1 Graven Karens for a Mountain. Subtract 1 Lightning Bolt for Collective Brutality. 2 Dragon's Claws for 2 Anger the Gods. 3rd Dragon's Claw and 3 Fulminator Mage for 4 Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize will be relevant against Tron, which these are relevant against. And like Ghost Quarters are relevant against. And then Thoughtseize will also be good against, like, you can take like a Collected Company. It can be good against Storm just for additional discard. I don't know if a Collected Company is somewhere I bring Thoughtseize in. I probably just load up on the removal, but something to think about. But yeah, Burn is actually a miserable matchup to the point where like the 4 life goes on super relevant there. Like there's I don't know if there's really argument to bring it against Storm, just for, like those turns where like I just need to beat like 12 goblins and need to like 1 extra turn to do it. Life goes on actually it would be decent in that scenario, but I think that scenario is going to be like limited enough where if that actually does matter, I probably win anyway, so it's probably not really relevant. Like it's probably going to be like I Ravens Crime Lock them and then like they empty with like 3 Storm, in which case I can just beat that anyway. So Life Goes On is probably not really relevant in that matchup, but I don't know. I gotta obviously practice the deck a lot more. So on that note, I don't see anything else there. You can find me on Twitter at Aaron Kazaniga. It's, as you can see right at the bottom of my overlay here, that wonderful Kate Donnelly made for me, or Kate Bates Kazaniga, my wife. So Ponza, thank you for following me on Twitch. I'd like to thank Hips of the Coast for supporting the Column Brew Corner. I'd like to thank Card Hoarder for the fact that they've partnered with us to give us access to these cards. Yeah, Zach, I'll look at how Jund boards to give a little more of an idea. I know Jund usually have like some number of kitchen finks and they have like main board scavenging is, so like Life Goes On, Collective Brutality kind of give me that different variant, that different option. I'm trying to think of the words, but I can't come up with them. Yeah, thank you very much everyone for stopping by. Follow me on Twitch to get notified when I'm going to be streaming. I have a lot of different decks I'm going to be streaming. If you want anything in specific, or if anyone's kind of itching to see some content of like even a tier 1 deck, let me know. If you go to Brew Corner on Hipsters of the Coast, any of my old brews, like I happily look at the list and try to run them through a league. Except for Seance. I think I said that before on the stream. I will not run Seance through a league. I'm all set there. Thank you for the offer though, if you were going to offer that. Have a good night everyone, and thanks for stopping.